Hi everyone, my name is Mrs. Fox and I am a YouTube extraordinaire and I'm here to answer all of your questions. So if you have something to ask Auntie Fox, please make sure that you subscribe, like and comment. Mrs. Fox is here to answer all your questions pertaining to love, life, makeup, sex. I hope not sex because my mom watches this. And anything that you are interested to know about. So please make sure to take a seat, sit down and join us on our first Fridays of Ask Mrs. Fox. So here's the first thing I want to tell you guys, that I don't really need these glasses. I'm doing them to look more professional. I'm very serious today. I actually want to have fun and I want the segment to be, interesting for you guys. So I'm really looking forward to starting this segment with you guys. It should be fun. It should be something that you guys learn. It should be something heart to heart. It should be something that you guys can take home and be like, you know what, this person gave me good advice. I don't give the best advice all the time. I'm giving advice that I think I would do. So Ask Miss Fox is... That's my disclaimer. Don't leave your husband if I say leave your husband. Take it with a pinch of salt. I'm not a professional, and if anything is too much for me to handle, I always say before you make a solid decision, ask a professional. I'm not a professional, oh. I don't work at a professional place, oh. My professionality is makeup. So let's get into it. I didn't know if I should do my makeup on camera because I am a makeup and beauty blogger, but I was hungry, so I got food. The first thing I got was a, so this is going to turn into a mukbang, clearly. The first thing I got was a burger from Chicken Licken. I crave Chicken Licken so bad. I've never had a burger from Chicken Licken. This is what it looks like. I don't like tomato in my burgers, in my anything except for tomato sauce. I took the tomato out. Okay, so I'm going to try that. I've never had a Chicken Licken burger, which comes with the bread and some chips and a stony. So I'm going to put the soulfire sauce, because there's no point of going to Chicken Licken and not having soulfire sauce. Right guys, so I'm going to go into the comments and see what you guys have asked me. I got 37 comments, so let's hear. Number one, this is from a lovely lady, and she asked me, how do you deal with social media negativity and how does it affect your personal life? So how do I do? You know what, I'm human, and there's sometimes I get hurt, and I'm so used to, like, if somebody hurts me, I usually like address the situation and I try to sort it out, or I am just as bitchy back. But I'm learning now on social media that people are actually trolls and they just want to say something negative to you all the time. So now I've learned just to keep quiet, laugh and move on, keep it moving. When I started YouTube, I had seen how people treat other YouTubers and the comments that they get, and I knew that I was going to have a thick skin to go into this industry. So I always said when I first started that, hey guys, I need to have a thick skin. I can't take people's comments too seriously, negative comments too seriously. And I think I've done a pretty good job at doing that. Sometimes when someone comments about my makeup, I'll be like, and if you're just being bitchy, I'm black. Black. Black, black, black. How do you get over betrayal from someone you consider a best friend or sister? Gorgeous mother. Thank you so much, Sisonke. I've never had to deal with this situation. Oh, actually I have. I cut, guys. I cut off. My cut-off game is strong. Like, I know it's difficult. I know it's difficult to cut people, especially if you care about. But I cut them right off. Like, you got something negative to say? Block. You told somebody a secret that I told you? Block. You talk behind my back? Block. Like, we're too old. Adulthood means that you mind your own business and stay in your lane. And if somebody ain't good for you, black. Blackity black black. That's what I do. I block you, get rid of you. We don't have the time or the energy to be fighting with people. Huh? If you are my sister or you're my best friend, You should know me, and you should know what's gonna make me happy and what's gonna piss me off. And if you're trying to piss me off, I'll chew you up like this bone and I'll spit you out. I'm black. I want to taste some of this toast. How do you overcome stress, depression, etc. when you feel like the walls are closing up on you? Okay, Toby. So, I used to struggle with depression when I was maybe really young, in my teenage years. And I did try to commit suicide. I was young, and I didn't think, and I thought that was going to be the end of my life, you know. I think that's the problem when you're young, is that you feel like this is it, this is going to be the end, that's the end, that's your story. And that's not true. You could have another 30 years in front of you. Things change, people grow, you meet wonderful people, you meet crap people, but killing yourself is not the way. Stress is always going to be there, no matter what you do. Even if you've got the world's most money, you're the most beautiful girl. If you're the most beautiful girl, you got man stress. If you got all that money, you got people asking for money stress. Stress will always be there. You just need to. The one thing my mom always told me is that if you've got stress, you need to put it in the compartments. So put the stress that you're dealing with, put it in a box here. Then focus on what you're doing right now. Sort out what you're sorting out right now. Then when you're ready and you've dealt with everything else in front of you, then you go back into that box and you go, what can I take out from this box? Then you take out one little stress issue and then you deal with that stress issue. Stress is manageable if you do it like that. What a must-have items for ladies. I suck at outfits. I'm not fashionable. If you follow me on Instagram, you will see that I'm not a fashion sort of like person. I suck with clothes. I wear tracksuits, leggings, Nike, Adidas. Like, that's my staple. I got trainers for decades. I got one pair of heels that I probably wear, and that's a thick sole. I got to a point where I just stopped stressing about clothes, you know, and I wear what's comfortable. So what's a staple? I think you should have old ladies should have a really good pair of jeans that makes your ass look great. I think you need a very nice jacket that you can throw over any top with the jeans, and that will always like elevate your outfit. I think you need a really good pair of sneakers, a really nice pair of going out sneakers, a classic pair of heels, and a really nice black dress. Wraparound. I've got a nice wraparound dress that I wear. It goes everything. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. That is my staple for like my clothes. That's my staple. That's all I wear. And a few pumps. How do you know when you found the one? How do I know if I found the one? I think that you know when you found the one when everything just makes sense. Everything makes sense. You don't question things. You don't question why you're with this person. You don't question this person's anger. You don't question why you do certain things. You don't question your happiness. You know that you're in the right place at the right time. I mean, relationships are difficult in general. Relationships are hard. If you're willing to work to fix it, and your partner's willing to work to fix it, and you guys don't question what you guys want, and you guys have the same goals and the same dreams, and you don't question if this is the right relationship, you know that this is the right relationship, you know this is where you're supposed to be, and he does the same, then for me that's the one. I don't believe in love at first sight. I believe in finding somebody, loving somebody, learning with that person, growing with that person, having the same goals and dreams as that person. You want to find love at first sight? Hello. I've been heartbroken. Heartbroken is not a joke. Love at first sight, guys, is a mess. How are you gonna walk into a street and find somebody that you love? Oh, that one, I love him. No, that guy, I love him. I love that guy. You love him. You love him. How do you know him? And the same guy you love, it's got skid marks in his underwear. The same guy you love is a woman beater. That guy. He treats you like a queen. You know, okay, isn't that a good role? You have the same dreams. His dreams include you. Definitely. Love grows. You don't find love walking down the street. You work towards love. You work towards making it happen. You don't just sleep on it and be like, I'm gonna love this guy. I love him. I love him. It's gonna. No. You work towards it. Interracial dating and traditional social challenges you may face or have been faced with the past. You know what? living in the UK, there's a lot of mixed race people, mixed race relationships. So there, it's not as like privilege. It doesn't stand out as much as it does in South Africa. So in SA, you'll get people staring. You'll get cashiers when you get to till like, you know, I'm dating this guy because I like him. You know, I'm married to this guy because I love him. I'm with him because I love him. I don't have that slave. It's like a slave mentality where you see somebody white and you think that they're the shit because they're white. No. I love my husband because he's a good man. That's why. So, did I answer the question? It's different. In South Africa, it's very different. In London, it's a lot more acceptable. I think generally, black people are friendly and more open towards interracial relationships. So my family was amazing with Scott. They accepted him. We had to adjust some cultural things because obviously he's not from the same culture, he's not from the same country, so he doesn't even know about certain aspects. Did he pay lobola for me? Yes, he did. But did his family come and knock on the door and sing? And no, they didn't, because they didn't know this kind of information, and we were going to adjust. We were going to make things easy for all parties, not just my party because I'm the woman. Everybody needs to be happy, and if it means that some cultural things have to take a side, then they do, because you're building marriages and families. You're not trying to break them with lobola and cultural differences. Okay, so Yaya says, "Hey Miss Fox, how do you deal with negative people in general? I cut, I block. I'm learning that sometimes silence is the key. What is the key to a good and healthy relationship? Wanting to make it work, wanting to be with each other, wanting to fight for your relationships, letting things just go and fighting because of stupid things, and also on phone and those kind of things are things that break relationships. You gotta make effort as much as he makes effort. And communication. Dude, if I don't like something, I'm gonna tell you. And if you don't like something, you need to tell me. You need to tell me. Because if you don't tell me, I'm gonna keep making the same mistake. So a healthy relationship is where we are in the space to say what we need to say. And if you're not in the space to say what you need to say, then you need to go to a therapist. If you guys are really wanting to work it out with each other, you both need to go to a therapist and find the space to talk about your problems. You got to be glued. I first decided that I'm going to try and find South African versions of the Got to Be Glue. So it's not going to be Got to Be Glue, but maybe it's another brand that does something similar before I try and stock, because trying to stock and bring into the country is a mission. So let me try and find the versions that South Africa has, then I'll let you guys know what's working and what's not working. I'm gonna taste this chicken licken burger. That's pretty crispy. This is cardboard. This meat is dry. Yeah. Nope. That meat is cardboard. It's dry. Okay, hi Tato. This is from my hand. So there's this guy I'm dating. He's a sweetheart. He pays so much attention in detail. He pays so much attention to detail in everything that I do. And to top it off, he's romantic. Now the problem is that he lives in London, but from South Africa. And I live in SA. I used to see him every now and again when he comes down, but our relationship has become so intense that he wants me to come and stay with him. I want to go so badly, but I'm scared because I feel that even if I have been with him for a while, now it's going to be different when I start living with him. Half of me keeps saying majority of good things come from taking risks, but if it does not work, I'm screwed because I have quite a good paying job here in South Africa for nothing. What do I do? So this is not my situation because I worked for myself. And I was able to adjust my company to when I moved to London. But number one, you're right. In relationships, you have to take risks. You want to go? You want to be with the man that you love. You want a future with that person. You know what? The biggest indicator of if someone is the one for you is you being willing to risk and move and to sacrifice for this person. Being in a relationship with somebody that you're willing to take the risk for them shows you that you are 100% in it to win it. You guys can discuss certain things. Okay, darling, I'm going to move to London. How am I going to survive financially? Can you afford to take care of both of us? Do I have to drop my standard? If I have to drop my standard of living, I might not want to live in London because I want to be able to live at the same level that I'm living now. Can you afford to do that? Can you come to South Africa? Can you move to South Africa? If you can't, then if you can't live at the standards that he can give you, then you think of a plan B. Do I come to London and do I find a job and I work my way up to a specific role? Or am I going to be stay-at-home wife and my husband's going to, or am I going to come up with a business? Or is it just not going to work for me? It's not worth the sacrifice. But for me, chose the sacrifice, and I was willing to move for my husband because that man is amazing. And I knew that I would forever be happy. I mean, we fight. But as it fights that I want to leave your punk ass, no. Listen, I fight with my man, and in my mind I'm like, nigga, you ain't going nowhere. You staying right here. Where? Shem, I'm not going anywhere. You have to give up something so that you can reap the benefits. And if the benefit is happiness, girl, I risk it all. But if it's worth it and you're willing to make the risk, then take it, girl. Close your eyes and jump. There's nothing in life as boring as being boring. Okay. You have a great personality. Were there times where you felt you had to tone it down whilst dealing with the in-laws? I think the conspiracy is that I'm like this 24/7. You know what? I think when I switch on the camera and the lights are in my face, I come on and I become Tata Fox. But in my general day-to-day life, I'm quiet sometimes. I get papili batikile sabatsebeng. So I don't fly for people that I'm really chilled until I know you and I'm comfortable around you. Then I act like myself, and I think it's easier for me to act like this because it's just a camera and I can't see people. Because if I see people, I literally guys, chicken licken doesn't disappoint on the wings. They're all very different culturally, and I think because black people are so strict and have so many laws and rules, that going into a culture that's not as strict as black culture, it's easy to deal with and to cope. Okay? Ever get tired of looking beautiful? Girl used to see me in the morning with no wig and no brows. I look like Shrek's little sister. So I'm thinking of donating some of my hair to cancer patients, but I'm gonna think about it. There's one lady, I don't know if I can say her name. She says, my ex told me that he will marry me if I lose weight. I've had insecurities about my weight ever since. The only weight you need to lose is the dirt. Okay, he needs to marry you whatever way you are because he loves you for you. You know, I hate men who come up with these rules and expectations of how women must be. Marabona, they're sitting there with a pot belly looking like a 7-year-old Baba Nisi. Wait, but don't give me an ultimatum. Don't say I will only marry you if you lose weight. Boy, Hebana, goodbye. So everything else that I am, that I do, is not good enough for you because of the weight issue. No, darling. Weight? That's physical. You eating, you're a gainer. That's physical. But how you treat me, and how you love me, and how you care for me, and how you put me first in your life, that, if you change that fundamental attribute to your personality, now if you change that, then I won't marry you. But if you lose weight, come on. Wait. Hi guys. Wait. He must wait. Darling, your weight is by the by. You can get gastric bypass surgery. You can get a gastric sleeve. Girl, you can hate him so much you'll lose the weight. You can be stressed and you'll lose all the weight. There's so many ways you can lose weight, and he's telling you that he will marry until you do that. Girl, the heaviest burden that you have is him. That's what you need to think about. I'm sorry, I said it. What's your take on the R. Kelly situation? I don't wear glasses. R. Kelly needs to go to jail. That's what R. Kelly needs to do. R. Kelly is a dog, pedophile, sick mofo, and he needs to go to jail. And I get people are angry at the parents. The parents are bad parents because they let their kids. But you know what? Everybody thinks their kid's a next star, and that this man is going to make my child a star. Do you know how many people have probably seen Whitney Houston, the Kardashians, and think, you know, my kid has also got that something. And somebody who's famous says, I can give your child that something. Do you know how difficult I think as a parent it must be to be like, no. I mean, R. Kelly was going, even the parents that were being there all the time, R. Kelly was going behind their back and DMing and texting these girls. Nigga, that nigga is sick, man. He needs to go to jail. We need to mute R. Kelly. We need to mute R. Kelly. I muted R. Kelly. I don't play no R. Kelly songs no more. He's a sick R. Kelly, Weinstein, all them motherfuckers, they need to go to. Do you know how long it has taken for society to get to a point where women's voices are heard? And you know what's sad is that people are now wanting to knock the ladies and the parents. Now, the sick person is R. Kelly. R. Kelly needs to go. If I were to be left alone in a room with R. Kelly, come on to the Bunta nog. I would. People need to stop. Oh, his music is great. His music is great. His music, you can live without it. Okay, Baba Ning, there's John Legend. Listen to John Legend. Fuck R. Kelly. Rubbish. Oh, and I got schooled. Istimela. The type of Fox Istimela. It's got everything. It's got a beauty expert. It's got a wigologist. Hey! And it's got a therapist. What you gonna do? Tata Fox signing out. I love you guys. See you guys Sunday.